Hey Arctic family and friends, thanks again for tuning in to our YouTube channel. As we have committed on this channel to try and share behind the scenes, to celebrate and also give a real fair insight into the life of the business. We have challenging news to share this week. Some of you more intimately connected will already know this, but others will not. John Durst, who was our vice president of operations for many years and who worked for the company for over 30 years. He's my father, Richard Durst, the president and CEO. John is his brother. And John passed away on July the 31st. So the day that this video will be announced or released will be 1 week after John's passing. So John has been battling liver cancer. He retired several years ago and then was diagnosed with liver cancer. And we knew from the beginning that the prognosis was not very good, but John was a good fighter and put up quite a fight for quite a long time. Over 2 years battling, and back before Christmas, the doctors decided that there was not anything more that could be done. It had spread at that point to his lungs, and they had given him 3 to 6 months. And he beat that diagnosis, but ultimately his body couldn't hold out any longer, and he passed early morning, Friday, July the 31st. So for the business, it's been a tough week. First learning the news, and many here in the office worked with John or for John for the better part of 20 years, 25 years, 30 years together. You really care about people when you've worked together for that long. And then for us, obviously, that's my uncle. It's my father's brother, his only brother, and it's been tough. Many who were able and not out on the road delivering freight were able to come to calling hours or the funeral, but it's been tough. And I just wanted to recognize John. John retired before this YouTube channel existed, but John has been a key and a huge part in the life of Arctic. Running the operations department it's not easy. Dealing with the demands of customers and trying to make sure that drivers get the miles that they need, and putting this puzzle of freight together every day, and then having it broken apart by weather and delays and shippers and receivers and breakdowns, and putting it back together again is honestly a very stressful job. And John carried that torch and led that department here for so many years. And we just simply didn't want to let this opportunity pass without one more time saying thank you to him and to his dedication and sacrifice over the years to try to keep Arctic moving forward. There were, as we've said in other videos, there were very difficult years that the company went through, and John was steadfast and John was committed to doing everything he could to making sure this company stayed alive. and we are in a much better place today as a company because we stand on the shoulders of people like John Durst, who dedicated so much of their time and effort to make this place go. And drivers, if they were here for any length of time, typically developed quite a fondness for John. John was about getting work done, but John also always had time for a good laugh and to tell a story. And he was just he was a good guy to work with. He was a good uncle. We miss him. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Marilyn, of 49 and a half years, as she ventures into this new phase of life, and his son, Chris, his wife, Molly, and the 3 grandsons that John loved so deeply. And just thought it was appropriate to make sure, first of all, that everybody who has had a relationship with Arctic in the past could be informed about John's passing, but then also just to stop and to recognize and to say thank you and to appreciate all of the time and effort and energy that John committed to Arctic for the more than 30 years that he worked for this company to try and help make us a good company for drivers to be with and to run for. And we will miss him.